Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Recovery Oracle. My name is Veda, and I am so grateful to have you in this space with me. I know I said good evening. It could be morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. I am so glad that you are here. If you are in recovery, considering recovery, or have a loved one who is in recovery, know that you are in the right space, that you are in a safe space, and that there is a message here for you, that your guides and angels have been talking to my guides and angels, and we're going to get to the bottom of it and see what they want you to know. Starting with the Sacred Geometry Activation Deck, we're going to get an overall kind of theme of what angels and guides want you to know at this time. All right, I hope you're all doing really well. We've got throat chakra coming out, so using your voice, communication coming through. There is a Kazemi in Mercury with the sun today, so Mercury is the ruler of communication. We have the root chakra, which is safety, foundations, security, all things that, your home, your finances, all things that make you feel safe and secure. And the throat chakra. Funny that two chakras are coming out. So the ability to communicate, self-expression. I'll read what they're about. And can we get one or two more, please, angels and guides? Thank you. There's only 6 chakras in this whole deck, or 7, excuse me. And we have a third chakra coming out. Wow, that's interesting. The sacral, maybe some of you have been doing, and the heart chakra, all chakra activations. Wow, somebody's been working on their chakras. We have passion on the bottom of the deck, which is connected to the sacral chakra. So I'll read what passion says. It says, the frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. And that's a number 34, breaks down to a 7, so those numbers could be relevant for you. Okay, and then we have, I can't believe this, 4 chakras coming out. I've never seen this before. So important messages here. We will start with the root. So we have root, straight in a row. We're talking root, sacral. We're just missing the solar plexus here. So the frequency of the root chakra, the red flower of life, stimulates passion and supports our sense of security on this physical plane, both in our bodies as well as the physical world. And then we have the sacral chakra. So the frequency of the sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires, stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our life. So some of you, we're in this like manifestation vortex right now that keeps coming through. So like where your thoughts are, and taking inspired action towards those goals, of course, but really we are in a powerful time of manifestation, and that's where it all starts, is in the sacral chakra. If you think of it, it's like the womb, right? It's where creation happens. The heart chakra, the frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. This is really beautiful. Actually, I really feel like they're really speaking to me right now, and this is clarification. I'll tell you in 1 second. So the throat chakra, the frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. So why I think that they are bringing these all out to me right now is they want me to tell you how I open up my chakras before I begin a reading, and I actually imagine them as flowers. So some of you have heard me say this before, but for those of you who are new, when I go into kind of aligning and activating all my chakras before I start a reading, before I go into meditation, I imagine them as flowers. So and there's key words that I send to each. So to my root root chakra, I imagine it as a red rose. It's located at the base of the spine. So I imagine this red rose blooming, 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 and activating. And I send it gratitude, 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 gratitude. And then at the sacral chakra, I imagine it like in the bowl of your pelvis. I imagine it, I send it compassion, right? Compassion for myself, compassion for others. And compassion means unconditional love without judgment. So compassion, compassion, compassion goes to that sacral chakra, and it opens into an orange lily. My heart chakra is another rose, but I imagine it as like a light green rose, and it radiates light out into all the dimensions, not just around my auric field and then around my home, around the world. I send it out into the higher dimensions. So that light, I just imagine my heart radiating and reaching into the dimensions, and it blooming as a green rose. And these are just my personal flowers. People imagine them as spheres of light in those colors. I don't know where it came from, honestly, that I just imagine it a flower blooming, and I assigned a flower to each one. At the throat chakra, so before I start my readings, and I hope you guys receive these butterflies, that's why you're here, you received a butterfly. So the throat chakra, I imagine as blue flowers, right? So blue flower, the first blue flower I thought of was those little tiny blue forget-me-nots with the yellow centers. So I imagine millions of those little blue forget-me-nots, and joy. I send the word joy to my heart, sorry. And then at the throat, it's truth. Truth, truth, truth. And that activates your throat chakra. And I imagine all those little millions of blue forget-me-not flowers turning into butterflies and flying off and finding all of you who need the messages. So know that you received an energetic blue butterfly, and that's why you're here. Anyways, and then when we get to the third eye chakra is purple. I imagine it myself as an African violet. And then what's been coming through, because the word, that activation word for the third eye chakra is calm. So now I see like a bushel of lavender, like calm, 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 those purple flowers of lavender, calm, calm, calm. My crown chakra opens into, the crown chakra is also referred to as a 1,000-petaled lotus. So I imagine like my head just like bursting open like a 1,000-petaled lotus all the way around me that invites the divine light in, and the activating word for that is open, open, open. And then the star chakra, that's 6 inches to 12 inches over your head, is our connection to the infinite wisdom. But the activation word for that is interesting. It's worthiness. And so I will say I'm worthy of infinite wisdom. And then I go down, I say I'm worthy of calm, I'm worthy of truth, I'm worthy of joy, I'm worthy of surrender. Surrender is at the solar plexus, I'm sorry, and that's my sunflower. I'm worthy of compassion, I'm worthy of gratitude. And that activates your star chakra that's outside your physical body. So somebody somewhere needed to hear that, and it's just my little way of kind of activating and lining up all those chakras and waking them up, so that they all work cohesively together to bring through messages to you, and to receive messages from the divine as a conduit between heaven and earth. That is why I'm here. So grateful to have you here. Let's get going on the rest of it. But I know that must be the reason why those came out, is I was supposed to tell somebody about that, because I was literally just doing it, and it's really strange that all those chakra cards came out. So let's get some themes now. Let's go for themes with the Soul Coaching Oracle. This is a beautiful deck. So let's see what we're looking at as far as themes go for this reading. Let me know if you have a method of opening up or aligning your chakras, activating your chakras, or if that like inspires you to try that out. If you're at all, if any of this resonates with you, please let me know. And even if it doesn't, if you could throw your name out, how you found this reading, where you're from, anything you want to tell other people about you that might activate healing in them or give them, ideas as far as spiritual recovery comes. I am very, very, very open to having you all talk to each other, get to know each other. Let's build a community of people in spiritual recovery, overcoming addiction, right? Okay, let's see what we got. Angels and guides for the greatest and highest good of this beautiful collective of people in recovery. Can we get themes for the reading, please? Thank you. Okay, we've got playfulness, silence. That's quite embracing. Embracing's been coming out a lot, and that's like embracing all parts of you, right? Healing. Okay. And we haven't gotten to the other side of the deck yet, so let's see what else we got. Anything else? Yes. Wow, we got miracles out again. And joy. Yeah, joy to the heart space. I love it. Okay, don't fall on the floor. Inspiration. Awesome. Okay, so we've got a few here. Here's our mascot showing up. We can't do a reading without the phoenix coming out with radiance. This is like radiating your light, radiating your love. Your energy shines through you. If you're in a state of joy and inspiration and playfulness and delight. We have delight here. This is beautiful. So beautiful. So radiance down here. The other cards that came out, yes, we have delight, joy, inspiration. Some of you may resonate with the pictures on these cards. Be seeing birds or getting symbols from birds right now. The children around the maypole, and then the lady dancing in the street. I just love her. So much joy. She's so like graceful and elegant, and just what is the IDGAF? We have silence. Silence with the swan. Some of you may have been seeing swans lately. Know that swans, there's a lot of spiritual depth to the symbolism behind the swan. We have embracing, and embracing all parts of yourself as a whole. Healing with the fairies. Some of you may resonate with fairies, have fairies on your spiritual team, or live near fairies, have fairies in your backyard. And then we have playfulness, and these sweet girls are having a little tea party. So playfulness, not taking things so seriously. Take the time to, if you've been doing a lot of healing work, if you've just been doing a lot of work, if you've just been taking things very seriously, give your inner child a chance to come out and be a little, just be free and be goofy, and not take it all so seriously, because we're in heavy times right now, and play and nurturing that inner child is super important. That's a part of us. We all have within us the father, the mother, and the inner child, and it's important that we nurture all three of those aspects of ourselves. And sometimes, like daddy, the action side of us gets the most attention, right? The go, the provider, and we don't slow down and have that yin energy, like the divine feminine of allowing or creating and nurturing ourselves, that motherly sense, or the playful side of the child. A lot of us are just in full daddy mode the whole, most of our lives. So that's kind of like where society has put a lot of pressure on us that way. So we're getting away from that. I love this. Delight, playfulness, healing, inspiration, embracing, joy, and silence. Silence to me is speaking of, maybe some of you have been doing some meditating and you're getting spiritual downloads in your meditation time, or that is a necessary energy for you to embrace right now. Making that time of silence and stillness for yourself. Even just don't go into it expecting to hear or see anything. Just take it because it's nurturing for you. It's good for you to have that time of quiet and peace. Some of you may have children, may live in loud households, may work at loud places of work. So, okay. I wish I could have all these cards showing for you, but let's get into the tarot and see why these are all coming out. This is beautiful. Also, we are nurturing our root chakra when we are in play, because it's a sign to our bodies and our nervous system that we are safe. It's safe to play. It's safe to create. When we're in creative mode, and just experiencing delight and joy. I mean, that's the delight and joy is straight heart energy. We're nurturing our heart and our inner child. That's where our inner child lives, in our heart. If you think about it, our heart is just pure innocence, unconditional love, like a child. And that's you. That is you. Before the world happened, before all the conditioning and all of that. So, all right, let's get into some tarot and see where we're going with this. I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread, but we'll see what angels and guides want to say. I will clarify it where I need to as well. So please let me know if any of this is resonating as far as things that you have been experiencing, or maybe if this just is hitting home, like, ooh, like I need to be doing all of those things. Okay, this is the first card for the Celtic cross spread. We have a Page of Cups coming out. Yes, so being childlike. Page of Cups is curiosity, is childlike wonder, is very just playful, and the pages are all like young, new energy, childlike energy, and he's the page of love and emotions. So it's just having that free, exploratory, curious, creative, it's joy and delight is what it is. So I don't know if we're taking that for the first card. They just threw that out to kind of like clarify, like, yeah, you're on a track with that. So let's get the first card for the Celtic cross spread, please, angels and guides. Thank you. Or maybe that is how they're showing up. See if they don't throw anything out, we know that was our first card. Nope. There we go. Six of Wands. This is recognition. This is recognition, and this could be outside recognition. This is the card representing you right now. So maybe you are being seen, you are being recognized for your efforts, for something you've been doing, and if it's whether it's public recognition or divine recognition, you're being noticed. You're being noticed, and you're being admired, and you're being respected, and you're being seen and visible, and you're putting your work out there. So she's worked long and hard on that ballet routine, right? It's taken hours and hours, and it wasn't all pretty getting to be able to do the things that she just did on that stage, but she needed to share her work. It's sharing your work with others and receiving recognition for that. So that's absolutely beautiful. It's also like victory after a long, hard time. So it's in the traditional tarot, he's like riding his horse into town after battle and being celebrated for like winning a war. So it's recognition after a long go. All right, what else do we have, please? Crossing that, complimenting. Ten of Cups. This is like complete emotional fulfillment. This is like utter like bliss, happiness, family. This is family, connections, friends, sunshine, rainbows, flowers, abundance, love. This is loving relationships. This is all things abundant, all things of love and prosperity in the 3D world. So, and just feeling this emotionally inside too. It is the cups. It is the suit of love and emotions. So feeling wealthy, feeling whole, feeling complete, feeling this joy, this delight. Somebody's in a really good mood. All right, this is lovely. You'll have to tell me what's going on in your life, if this is making sense to you. What is crossing this, please? Six of Wands, Ten of Cups. What's crossing? Thank you. The Four of Pentacles. So security, financial security. So maybe financial security coming in is making you feel is like kind of the final, not nail in the coffin. It's like the final, it's the final rose in the bouquet that is completing this this work of art that is your life. Some financial security. Also, this could represent maybe having a little too firm of a grip, caring a little bit too much about your finances. But I'm not reading it that way with it crossing. It's like you've got financial stability in the physical coming in, and it's everything you needed. So if that hasn't happened yet, this is what's on its way to you. Let's look at the underlying, in the subconscious, underlying themes. Thank you. King of Wands, showing up in your power with spark, with passion, with motivation. This is action behind your passions, action behind your spirit. This is like spiritual action. This is passionate action. This is action on action. It's fire. Kings are fire, and wands are fire. So it's like fire, go. Underlying this. So you're feeling really this passion right now, this inspiration, this radiance. That's what he is. He's the phoenix. This is like the king of the phoenixes. He's the radiance and fire within you. That is solar plexus energy. That is also sacral chakra energy. That fire of creativity within you is what's underlying that. Okay, and then in the recent past, what do we have? Thank you. I feel like if you have a guess, Ten of Pentacles. So in the recent past, for supporting this is Ten of Pentacles, which is like ultimate financial wealth, but it is also, so people always take this as like financial wealth, legacy, but at the tens also, it's like we've completed a cycle. So this could be like you have completed a cycle in the physical, like you've learned a lesson, or you've like completed one way of a karmic lesson or something, and that is supporting this. But yeah, this is, I said recent past or supporting. So supporting this is Ten of Pentacles. Maybe you've got some big money coming in. You've got Ten of Pentacles money coming in, which is what's bringing this Four of Pentacles of stability, this feeling, and giving you that Ten of Cups energy. All right, and what's crowning? Let's get the whole reading out here. I do that where I start explaining the cards and then they tell a story. We've got awakening, crowning, so answering the call, answering the divine call, ascension symptoms possibly happening to you right now. Some mood swings, some headaches. It could even be like flu-like symptoms, but I am not a doctor. If you're experiencing any physical ailments, please get checked out by a professional. But there is a lot of ascension stuff happening. So it seems like you're aligned with your soul's path in some way. And what's in the near future, please, angels and guides? You're answering a divine calling. This is what's crowning the reading, and that's why you're getting this Ten of Pentacles, this wealth, and this emotional fulfillment and the security. In the near future, please. What do we have in the near future? Eight of Pentacles, building, working. So in the near future, you're building your wealth. You're working on something that you're passionate about. We can clarify that too, what you're working on. Let's see if we can get that. Okay, and what else do you want them to know about themselves, please? Knight of Cups. All right, moving forward in love. You're steering the boat. You're in control of your emotions. And you're moving forward in love. You also could have somebody, a new loving offer coming towards you, taking action from a place of love. And the environment, that one, Page of Wands. Yeah, a new spark, some sort of new, you're stepping out, you're being seen. The Page of Wands is fire. It's visibility. You're showing yourself, and you've got the Six of Wands energy. Your environment is like you're being seen. You're stepping into it. You know what you're doing is important. And then what is what do they not see coming? Ace of Pentacles, a new offer, a new physical financial offer, like a divine offer of in the physical. Could be finances, some sort of material 3D offer from the divine. For leading in love, for taking action in love, for showing up in your power, for being visible, for standing out, for moving towards your passion. And what's the overall outcome, please? The Emperor. Wow. So you've got like power, sovereignty over your life. You are, the overall outcome is you're in control of your life. You are all 4 kings. You've got you've got all 4 elements covered. So you are emotionally strong, you are spiritually strong, you are mentally strong and powerful, and you are physically strong and powerful. And that is the Emperor. He's all 4 kings in one. He's kind of taking control back of his life, and he's in charge, his own sovereign self. So that's the overall outcome. So somebody's put in a lot of work, working on things in the future that excite and ignite them, but it's bringing you to a very high state of emotional wealth, spiritual wealth, and physical wealth, well-being. So let's clarify some things now. Why is the 8 of Pentacles in the near future for them? What are they working on, please? What are they working on? Oh, giving and receiving. Charity. Maybe you are working, maybe you work for a charity, maybe you help people less fortunate. Chances are, if you are in recovery, you are also a humanitarian, and acts of service are important to you. So something you're doing helping others, maybe you are a counselor, a sponsor, and or working at a treatment center or something that you're doing that you're passionate about, that's helping others that are like maybe less fortunate or struggling, having a hard time. And we've been both, I've been that person, and now I'm that person. Yeah, but I'm handing out sandwiches until I have all the millions of dollars, that I can build life centers for people to overcome addiction once and for all. That's my goal. I want to build centers all over the world to help people overcome addiction, and not have to say, I am an addict, I am an alcoholic. We don't do that. We don't put those words out into the universe. You're literally limiting yourself. You are an unlimited, infinite being, created of God's source consciousness. Do you think that you didn't come here to be stuck in a box of identifying as an addict for the rest of your life? You came to get over that. That's a life lesson. That's a lesson for your soul. We're supposed to get over it, not make it our identity. It's really silly if you think about it. And you understand that the power of words. Our words are spells. We're co-creating our reality with our words all the time. And I'll take that as confirmation of that. Yeah. Anyway, so somebody's doing something helping others, and it's your life path. You're answering the call from the divine on your life path. You're doing it. You're right where you're meant to be. And it's bringing you everything you want. What wealth looks different to everybody. Maybe you just want a simple cottage in the woods. That's your 10 of Pentacles. It's whatever you want, but that's what's supporting all of this. This again could be like the end of a physical ending of some sort, the end of a way of being, the physical, and now working towards your prosperity. Lovely. Why is the Knight of Cups here? And what else they need to know about themselves? Why is the Knight of Cups here? Yeah, we have only two You've got options. Okay, the Seven of Cups is complex emotions. You've got options moving forward. So the Knight of Cups is here. You have options. So stay grounded, right? Be heart-led. Like, they want you to know to take action from your heart space. What does your heart want to do? Don't get deterred by offers that aren't aligned with if something doesn't feel good to you and it's a lot of money, that's not where your wealth is. Be heart-led in your decision making. If you have some options on directions that you're going, follow your heart. Follow your heart is the guidance here. Follow what your heart does. What gives you energy when you think about it? You get excited and you could do it for the rest of your life, all day, every day. That's where you're going. That's your calling. You're being called. Yeah, that is your calling. Why is the Ace of Pentacles in what they don't see coming? Or what? Yeah, what's the Ace of Pentacles about, please? It's like a new physical beginning too. It's just like a new beginning in the physical. You've had an ending here, a physical ending, and now what you don't see coming is a completely new beginning. And it's like getting... I want to clarify that. Why? The moon. Okay, so I would be careful. You've got a physical offering coming in, and there may be some what you don't see, so I had them clarify it, and it came out with the Devil and the Moon. And the Moon is about illusions, or darkness, or things that you can't see, and the Devil came out with it. So just be aware of that. Not all of these offers coming in are your soul's path, are what you're meant to do. So the devil is in the details too, right? So there's all these little, she's just got her head in the clouds, but I mean, there's all these options, and it's very confusing. So you're being advised to listen to your heart, to look within, to look beyond the illusions of the matrix, and really, really listen to your heart space and be discerning. That's why the Emperor is in the outcome. He's very discerning. He can see right through the bonds and ties and grip of the devil, which is a false. He can get out of it easily, but the feeling of being trapped, or these are habits. These can be people and situations. It's just lies, habits. Just be aware of that. That you don't see coming, like a new physical offer, but there's some. The ace, I always see it as like a divine offer, but it is ace. It's a new offer. It's a new beginning in the physical plane. So an ace is new physical offer, and it was clarified by the Devil and the Moon. So maybe you're busting through this grip that the devil has held on you. You're seeing through the illusions, and you're taking your power back. That could also be it too. So take it as it resonates. It could be different for each of you, but it looks like the overall outcome is that you're taking your power back. So the fact that this devil and the illusions are here doesn't really matter, because you are standing strong. The overall outcome for the whole reading is you standing in your power and being balanced in love and your emotions, in your mental state, in your physical 3D world, and in your thoughts, in your communication. What else did I not say? Oh, and your spirit and your passion, of course, your spiritual state, and your actions, the spirit, fire, action, all of it. So beautiful. Okay, we have the Hierophant, right? Which is the wise teacher, which is This is leadership. This is institutions. This is schools. This is systems. This could be treatment centers. You could be working at a treatment center with the Six of Pentacles, helping others. You could be the Hierophant. You could be the teacher. This is also your inner teacher, listening to your higher self. This is your higher self, your infinite soul self. So it's the wisdom of your infinite soul. All right. Let us see. So I want to get some clarification with the animals, I think. Let's see what animal energy you need right now. Yeah, let's see what animal energy we need. Sorry, I would have had this out. I wasn't expecting to use this deck. Okay, I had another deck out, but the animals are going to give us clarity on what's going on here too. Let me know if any of this is resonating with where you are in your life right now, what's happening, what's up. Somebody's making big moves though, like your physical reality is changing. Something you're doing, their job. You could be moving also, but there's like a lot of physical changes. There's a lot of pentacles out here. So there's financial changes. There's literally physical. Maybe you're working out and changing your body. Maybe you're just like changing your entire lifestyle. You're answering the call though and coming out on top as an emperor. Like that's the best card to come out as the outcome. Like you win. and you're being seen for your efforts. Your efforts are recognized, if not publicly, if you're not like in the public eye in any way. That's recognition and visibility and victory. Like it's victory, and your spiritual family, your ancestors are like cheering you on in the crowd right now. So your ancestors and angels and guides. Okay, animal medicine, please, to wrap up this meeting. Thank you. This meeting. Meeting. Maybe that was a slip. Maybe somebody is going to a meeting. Maybe somebody's hosting a meeting. Oh wow, we have the swan coming out. Wow, okay. So that silence, that was about the swan. Wow, that's amazing that came out. Okay. Let's see. We have chameleon spirit with act as if, swan spirit, time for a deep dive, and the koi fish spirit, there is always enough. So draft with see the big picture. So maybe some of you are feeling right now that there's a lack, that money's not coming in or something. I'm going to read we're going to clarify this. Starfish, be open to infinite possibilities, because we are infinite beings. So let's not confine ourselves to any sort of boxes. What you are expecting might be your like financial wealth or your future, might not be what is happening. Trust in divine detours with coyote spirit. And then we have chameleon spirit acting as if. So act as if you already have it. Act as if you've already made it. Act as if you're there. Speak as if you are who you want to be, who you aspire to be. Your I call it your BPS, your best potential self. Swan spirit, time for a deep dive. And draft, see the big picture. So getting a higher vantage point, seeing, and koi. There is always enough. So let's read about these, if you're still here. So we'll start with coyote or chameleon. Chameleon says act as if. Chameleon spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for changes that will greatly benefit you. Outer conditions are changing. There we go. And you're required to come into harmony with them so you can co-create your greatest dream. Feeling sensitive? Good, because that will come in handy, enabling you to determine how best to adapt in your environment and the people in it, while at the same time maintaining your integrity and inner equilibrium. Even if you feel you're in uncharted territory, Chameleon Spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land, adapting as necessary. This is a fortunate time to act as if and do as others do until the new ways feel familiar and completely natural. Life is offering you a great lesson now. Adapting isn't about losing yourself, it's about learning how to dance with others. So yeah, physical reality is changing. Maybe some of you have new jobs, new opportunities, new friend groups. You're feeling a little intimidated about your new self because it is all new to you. And we've deprogrammed, and now we have made the space for our, all these upgrades and this ascension and all this stuff to come in. And we're learning how to be new, completely new, like light body beings that are in line with our destiny and our path. So it's a lot. It is a lot of acting as if until we get the hang of it. Coyote Spirit says trust in divine detours. Do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite, or just disappears into thin air as if you've been tricked? Coyote Spirit's trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations to teach you lessons you have forgotten to learn. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate the joy, love, and prosperity that is coming up for you. Perhaps you are revisiting a pattern you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life you are intending to co-create. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in this moment. Coyote Spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twist, to develop humility and gratitude while releasing your attachments to the form of your desires. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in divine order now. Coyote Spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they are supposed to be. So maybe some unexpected roadblocks, detours, things happening that seem to be going so well, and all of a sudden it's either like it wasn't meant for you, the timing's not right, it still is happening, but there's this beautiful divine tapestry of order, and their hands go into all weaving all of these things together, people, places, things, events, timing with the stars, all of it. So it's a lot if you really think about the grand scheme, and that this is all designed. It's a lot, and everything has to be just so trust it. Don't lose your faith or trust. Your manifestations are coming in right on time. So let's go to now draft, see the big picture, which again is just like seeing that divine tapestry of things. Oh, I went past it. Sorry. Thank you for hanging on. If you're still here at the end, I so appreciate you. Really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I do. Okay, so see the big picture. Drafts stretch upward to reach the treetops and look down from a high vantage point. When draft spirit appears, it is assigned to observe from a higher view. In all aspects of your life, it's time to stretch your neck out and broaden your view. Open your eyes to what others need or are experiencing, and see the big picture you fit into. No matter how great your wisdom, knowledge, or experience, you don't want to overlook details and connections that will help you better understand yourself and your circumstances, so stretch yourself. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level, and know that not everything is as obvious as you might like it to be. Spirit will bestow upon you a new perspective that might make all the difference. So maybe some of you will be getting this divine download that is like the aha moment that kind of ties it all in and explains everything and why this detour had to happen, whatever it is. All we can do is just trust and know. And trusting is really, trust and faith are just knowing that at all times God wants our greatest and highest good, and that's the truth of it. We're the ones that get in our way of that by having doubts or fears, or that's what holds things up. The koi fish. Maybe some of you have a koi fish tattoo, getting that coming through, or a painting on your wall. Koi fish are beautiful. So the koi fish who grows big within a small pond reminds us that within each of us is the potential for prosperity. The law of abundance ensures that prosperity is our natural state. So regardless of temporary outer conditions, you can call in prosperity and magnetically attract the opportunities and abundance you need. The message of the koi fish spirit is to begin to generate wealth within with deliberate intention, no matter how small your pond may seem, and appreciate abundance whenever you see it. Outer conditions will come to reflect your inner prosperity, so begin to become the self who is comfortable with wealth in all forms. Even if at the moment it feels as if riches are not yours, they soon will be. Start to envision the plenty that Spirit wants you to experience, knowing that the moment you begin to commit to conscious and deliberate co-creating, Spirit will joyfully start bringing you what you need. You have so much to offer and so much of value to express to the world. In your little pond, there is much you can create and much you can attract. Do not underestimate what you have and who you are, for Koi Fish Spirit wants you to know that you are exquisite, loved, and deeply cherished. Trust that outer conditions are changing to reflect that truth. There's your 10 of Pentacles. There's your 10 of Cups. There is your Emperor. The Emperor's also the King of Pentacles. He's very wealthy. This is big. This is big. I think this is going to be big for a lot of us. Things are changing. When you're following your soul's path, you will be divinely compensated, because that's what you're here to do. So of course you will be taken care of financially. You will have your heaven on earth, because you're doing what you came here to do. You're not stuck in the matrix of, you're not spiritually asleep anymore. You've woken up and you know why you're here. And so you will be divinely compensated. Like, the universe wants you to pay to be aligned, right? That's the giving and receiving. It's a law. It's a law of abundance. It is our birthright. It's our birthright, and we block it from coming in when we forget why we came here. So the Swan Spirit, number 60, time for a deep dive. And that's funny that the swan came up with the card at the very beginning too. So if you haven't seen swans, now you're seeing them. Swans are now your new spirit animal. How about that? Like, I don't want a swan spirit animal. Right? See, isn't that interesting? You've got silence and take a deep dive. So with their graceful long necks, swans are able to reach into the depths. When swan spirit arrives, you are called to take a deep dive beyond what is easily available on the surface. You may think you know what is best for you now, but take the plunge into the depths of your awareness, for there is knowledge you are not aware of, and great treasures to discover. Deeper understanding awaits you, and a perspective that comes from greater self-knowledge is what you need right now to better understand a situation or relationship. As you come to know yourself more intimately, so too will you come to better know others. So Swan Spirit asks you to go beyond the surface of what is happening between you and others and resist the temptation to judge by superficial appearances. Know there is much deeper potential for loving connections, forgiveness, and mutual understanding. Choose to dive deep into your why. Asking the deeper questions of yourself, you are led by the grace of Swan Spirit. So that's that compassion, which is unconditional love without judgment, which is looking into their eyes and seeing God, which is what I've been thinking about every day for the last week, is that look into their eyes and see God. Like, you are my brother or sister, right? Look at everybody like they are like your sweet little brother or sister, your loving grandmother or grandparent. Look at them as if you've always known them, because you have, because we're all connected. We're in this intricate web of connectivity that is God. So really I'm really working myself on having that unconditional love for others without judgment, because everybody is on a completely different path, and I have no room to judge anybody. I have done, how do I word this now that I'm understanding? I have done things that people would see as terrible, as horrible things. I've lied, I've cheated, I've stolen from people. In my addiction, I did 2 years in prison for it. That was for my ex-husband's theft, but trust. I needed to be there. That saved my life. I just didn't get caught for one of the ones I did. So I have no room to judge anybody, not even myself, because all of those things if we can get beyond it. It wasn't a bad thing. It was just a thing. And it taught me a lesson. And it was supposed to happen that way for a reason far beyond our understanding. And the great thing is I get to be here right now in beautiful Southern California, with a YouTube channel, preaching about, the God consciousness within all of us. And playing with beautiful cards and talking about what I know and what I've learned, and it's beautiful, and going through all that is what led me right here. So not loving all those parts, that's part of the embracing the shadow and the light parts of ourselves, because that was a hurt, damaged person. I would have never done those things if I wasn't in addiction, if I didn't, hurt people, and, suffering people, do things out of desperation. If you have had any sort of opiate addiction, you know what that's like. You'll do anything not to be sick. So desperate times, desperate measures, hurt people, you can say whatever you want, but the things that happen, I embrace all those parts of me, and I even went in and talked to all those parts of me. I talked to my addict self, I talked to my my 19-year-old self, I talked to my 7-year-old self, 13-year-old self that got bullied, my 15-year-old self, my 4-year-old self that was molested. I went in and I talked to all of them the other day, and I asked them for forgiveness. I asked forgiveness to all the parts of me, all the shadow parts of me that were hurting. I said, I am so sorry for holding you in the shadows and just keeping you in that state of hurt this long. Please forgive me. I shine the light on you, I shine love on you, I see you, I acknowledge that you're there, and you're there for a reason. It's a profound way of healing, is accepting all parts of yourself, and you do that by shining the light on those darkest parts. And you ask from your higher self, you ask forgiveness for all those disowned parts of you. Pull yourself back together. That's literally pulling yourself back together as a whole, the dark and light. We all, its duality is it. We all are made of dark and light. And it's not disowning those parts of ourself or putting it in a category and pushing it and saying that's bad. No, that taught us what? That was a blessing. That was a lesson and a blessing, because it did this and this and this. And even if you can't see what it's done, there is nothing that is inherently bad. There's it's divine chaos. There's a plan behind all of it. There's a reason for all of it, and that's so hard to see. But we're infinite souls. We've all been and done all things. We've all been and done, we've all been royalty. We've all been a murderer. We've all been, a wealthy person, a mystic, a channel, a seer, a healer. And that's what's great, is that we can call back all of those abilities from our previous lives and incorporate them in what we're doing now. in our life. So I'm sorry this has been such a long read. I really this all needed to be said and spilled out for some reason. I knew there was a reason. Well, of course there's a reason. You guys are the reason why I'm here and doing these readings, but I knew there was just a drive in my heart to get on here today. So I hope that this all those little blue butterflies get out to who they need to get out to. I thank you so much for being here. If you would like a personal reading from me, a customized meditation, a subliminal to get you through and work through anything, the shadow work, the inner child stuff, anxiety, the depression, whatever it is, let me know how I can help you. I have those services listed in the Buy Me a Coffee link. Buy Me a Coffee is great for that. It's also a place where you can show gratitude in financial ways if you feel so called to do so. It is never ever ever expected. That is not why I'm doing this. And also, but I also offer personal training services. I am a certified personal trainer, so we can get your vessel strong and healthy and full of vitality so that it can accept all these blessings and miracles that are coming into your beautiful, aligned life of co-creation with the divine, overcoming addiction. We're not doing it again, guys. I'm so proud of you. I love you dearly, my soul family. This is why you're here. This is why we're here. This is why I'm here. This connection is the opposite of addiction. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.